Hey y'all, happy Friday. Y'all, it's springtime in North Georgia, let me tell you. Outside out there, it's like 72 degrees. It's beautiful. Perfect spring day. Now, it's supposed to be in the 20s this weekend, but for right now, I've been outside a good bit today, just enjoying the sun and enjoying the nice, cool, warm weather. Um, so it's nice. I want to tell you a little bit today about a meal that I had 16 years ago. Now you're going to be like, well, how in the crap do you remember a meal you had 16 years ago? Well, I remember it because it was the last meal that our family ever shared with my mama. She was under hospice care and she was in her home, and basically our entire family had moved back into our childhood home. And we spent a week together that not one thing that needed to be said was not said. I've always told people we had it as good as you could possibly get it when saying goodbye to somebody. But on Thursday, my mama told me, she said, I want a baked potato. She said, I don't want nothing fake on it either. I want a real baked potato, nothing fat-free. I want a baked potato. I said, okay. And she said, and on another day, I want some macaroni and cheese. Gotcha. So I went to the grocery store and I got baked potatoes. I got big baked potatoes. And I got stuff to put on those baked potatoes. Not one thing wasn't real. We had sour cream and we had real butter and we had cheese and bacon. And I mean, it was everything. So cooked the baked potatoes, and we all sat there that day and around lunchtime, and we shared baked potatoes together. And we all ate and we talked. And after we ate, my mama said, I'm going to bed. I said, okay. And she went to bed, and my mama never got back up. Now, the next day, Saturday, our deacon from the church came over and he served our family communion around my mama's bed. And it was a real special time for our family. And then near the end, my daddy decided that he was going to serve communion to my mama. So my daddy broke off just a teensy little piece of bread, and he dipped it in some juice, and he put it in my mama's mouth. And when he did, she bit down on his finger, and we all rolled laughing. One of us said she'd been wanting to do that for 50-something years. We laughed, and it was exactly what we needed in that moment. So over the next few hours, we all spent some private time with my mama and everything, and I think everybody was kind of resigned to knowing what was going to happen. Late that night, my Aunt Beck, who is her sister, woke us up and let us know that Mama was gone. And from there, we had the funeral and everything that went along with it. So that was 16 years ago. And I still feel that grief. It doesn't go away. It might get a little easier. But that kind of love for somebody doesn't ever go away. But one of the things that I remembered immediately after my mama died was I had been at a funeral a few years before, and a lady said she's now been promoted to glory. And that hit me. And I thought, my mama has lived her life being the best person she could possibly be, doing the best she could do. And now she is promoted to glory. That's a good feeling, knowing that. So a friend of mine and I, we were talking recently, and she had lost her parents and I'd lost mine, and we were talking and just sharing with each other about, how grief just sucks. There's nothing good about it. It doesn't stop. It gets a little bit easier, but it never stops. And I told her about a story that I'd heard, and I don't think I tell it exactly correct, but I think you'll get the message. That when we die or have someone die that's close to us, there's a hole that's left in our heart. And that hole in the beginning is fresh and it's oozy and it's bloody and it hurts. Constantly, it hurts. And over time, it scabs over a little bit around the edges. And then eventually, it scars around those edges. And those scars keep the hardness out. You still feel it, and it still hurts. But you learn to live with it a little bit more, and it doesn't hurt quite as bad. And I often think about that, and I realize that, yeah, that's basically how my heart feels. I'm sure y'all have got some of the same feelings. It's nothing that I have that you don't have. It's just one of those things that we have to go through when we truly love somebody. And I'd love to not have to go through grief, but I sure am glad I got to go through a life with my mama. Now, tonight, I'm going to have me a big baked potato, and I'm going to have everything on it. And I'm going to sit here and I'm going to eat, and I'm going to think about my mama and just remember the good times. And know that she's up there in glory. And one of these days, when it's my time, I'll be up there too. Hey, y'all have a good week, all right? Have a good weekend. Enjoy this beautiful weather until it gets cold again. And go cook something for somebody or share a meal with somebody that you love. Because I'm going to promise you one thing. One of these days, you're going to miss that. And you would love to be able to have just one more meal with that person. I love y'all. Y'all have a good week. Bye.